Con, you got a TV back there? New TV for the guy?
I actually did. I bought a new 55-inch TV.
Oh, Black Friday.
Wow.
Yeah.
Get her on discount or what?
I did. I got it for a pretty good price.
Yeah, I was actually looking at some irons on Golf Town on Black Friday, and I wish I would have bought them, dude. They were like 60% off.
Yeah, I will never buy full price irons because it's like $1,300 for a good set, and I'm like, why?
Yeah, why?
For me to shank him? Like, why?
Yeah, for it to go wide left and
for me to go 40 yards forward with a 6-iron? No.
like
no,
I've still for whatever reason I'm gonna hit my fucking wedge as much as I can over and up.
Yeah. No, not a golf podcast, but anyway.
No,
Yeah. Jeff, do you golf?
no, please.
I for some reason I feel like you'd be good at golf. You seem
I
like a
don't know.
very
I probably
patient
wouldn't be-
guy.
I wouldn't be too bad. I'm really good at mini golf, so like I know my short game would be really good, but like I don't know if I can do the driving and stuff.
Oh, it's okay. Neither can I. I try.
It's been a long time, and I still haven't figured it out.
Dude, the thing is, like, dude, I'll shoot like 9 on one hole, and the next one, I'm hitting a bogey, like nothing. So like, like the resilience is just off the charts.
Well, the thing about golf too is like no matter how bad you are, the one shot you could have one good shot, one pure strike that just keeps you coming back.
It just keeps you in a good mood.
Yeah, it keeps you engaged.
Like, dude, you could do 17 holes of just absolutely atrocious golf, but you hit an eagle in your fucking 18th hole and you're laughing.
Yeah,
Well,
you're loving.
Eagle's a stretch there. If you hit a par there, you're still happy. Eagle is like, wow. You hit an
Okay.
eagle, that's like
Okay, par, whatever.
yeah.
Sorry, Your Highness.
If I Your Highness, if I hit an eagle, I think I would stop golfing. That'd be the peak.
Just retire.
Well, you've never hit an eagle before? I average like an eagle or two every time I play.
Yeah. The only yeah.
They call me Bald Eagle back in North Bay.
They call me Bald Eagle.
Nobody calls you that.
No.
Cart goes just driving up. Hey, Bald Eagle.
Hey, Bald
People
Eagle.
call you Chint.
Yeah.
Oh,
People
man.
call you Bald Eagle. Hey, Shint.
Yeah.
Chint, you get her on the fairway or no?
Yeah.
No.
Not this time, pal. Okay, let's start talking about football.
Yeah.
Okay, I forgot to mention it in the last episode, and it's still relevant because he played another awful, atrocious game of football. Dude, Kirk Cousins might be the worst starting quarterback in the NFL.
He's done. I
And
think he's
honestly-
actually done now.
And on another note on that, I think Michael Penix Jr. is lighting it up in practice. I heard some rumors that he's just lighting it up, and they might actually go with him.
See, I feel
Raheem
like
Morris has got you on the line there. You got some insider?
Yeah, actually, one sec. I'm gonna give him a call, make sure it's true. But
But like, I see Kirk Cousins finishing out the season, but then Penix is just the guy
I
next
don't
year.
He's
the
even
guy
know
next year for sure.
Yeah. Well, they're still
Like-
competing. The Falcons are competing still for the division.
Are
so-
they? Oh yeah.
Yeah,
No, but the
they
Falcons seem so much worse than they are.
Oh yeah. No, if they were in any other division, they would be out of the playoffs already.
It's
But,
actually
yeah.
funny because like
NFC South.
their team has done a 180 at like week 8, week 9. Like, dude, their team was all offense, no defense in the first half. And now their team is all defense, no offense. Like, other than Bijan Robinson, their offense is non-existent. And it's not Drake London's fault, but dude, Kirk Cousins is awful. He hasn't thrown a touchdown in 4 games. 8 picks, 0 touchdowns in 4 games. That's atrocious.
I'm not gonna lie though, I wasn't hating on it because as a Bijan fan, I'm like, yes, this is what I want. I want Bijan to get everything. So
That, they have no other option. That's literally all they can do. That's
this
pretty
is what
crazy.
they should have been doing from the beginning. I don't get why they act like Bijan's not a good player.
Yeah, I mean, all you have to do is just give that guy a toss left or right,
Yeah.
and he'll
Like the fact
figure
that
it out.
Algier's still in there stealing things bothers me, but whatever.
Honestly, though, I'm biased. Not biased. I think it's an unpopular opinion. And Algier could be a starter on other teams. He's good.
I don't know.
I think
I don't
he's
know
good.
if he would
I don't know
ever
about
be an
starter.
RB1. I think he's
Yeah.
a really good RB2, and like he
I think
comes
so.
out
He's
really
like
hot for those like 7 plays. But like he's never going to be able to command 25 carries a game.
I don't know. 2 years ago, he ran for 1,000.
But I feel
But
like that was just volume. I don't think that was actually like production. I think that was just volume. Like he was the only guy.
But still, if you can rush for 1,000 in the NFL, like you're doing something right.
Yeah, Mike Davis rushed for 1,000
Yeah,
one season.
Yeah, guy's a legend.
No, he's not. He's a bum. Dude, I remember drafting Mike Davis one of my first years of fantasy, and I'm like, I didn't even know who it
Really?
was, and I'm like, who the hell is this like old guy? Like, cause he's bald and like kind
He
of
was like a
chunky.
bald, yeah.
Dude, he was 25. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the
Well,
hell?
he's probably looked old since he was like a teenager. So
Yeah.
Yeah, guy's just been like stocky and
yeah,
bald since
yeah.
17.
The guy looks like
Since
he's like
13.
40 already. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, Chiefs, another nail biter, another somehow victory. It's pretty crazy.
yeah.
My sleeper did not hit there. It was close. All
You
of
know
our
what?
sleepers were
You know
really
what sucks?
close.
I was gonna say all of our sleepers literally lost by the last play.
Just it's
Like
ridiculous.
even the Giants one, I was like, man, Giants actually might pull this off.
And like I knew it too because like it came down to the field goal there, and I was like, all right, let me just see a blocked field goal. Like maybe even the stadium's gonna blow up, some bullshit's gonna happen. Of course, it's not gonna hit. Same thing with the Chiefs. Of course they doinked it in. Of course.
Yeah, I know. That's what. Yeah, that's,
Like of course that happens, right?
no one else has doinked it in all season, but of course they get it.
Yeah. Like anyway, hey.
Did you guys watch the game last night, dude? It was almost unbearable how much like glaze there was.
Bits and pieces, but I didn't get to watch the whole thing.
Dude, Collinsworth was like in his element, man. Dude, he had a smile on his face the whole game.
I don't know, Jim.
It's like, oh my god, man.
Oh my god.
But,
fuck that guy, man.
Dude, it's crazy how boring Chiefs games are. Like, dude, they're the most boring games to watch. Barely any offense. It's just straight defensive game the whole time. And then they end up kicking a field goal in the last quarter and they win the game.
They're just so good at winning. And like I'm not even gonna say it's lucky. Like of course there's some luck that happens, but you gotta be good to be lucky, first of all. But second of all, the Chiefs have just figured out how to win football games without being all razzle dazzle and like I hate it. I hate it so much, but it comes down to coaching and Andy Reid just knows how to win football games, how to put his team in position to win football games. Because there's no way you're that lucky for that long. Like you just gotta know how to win. That's it.
And it's annoying because like every single time you know that when they get the ball last, that they're gonna just go down the field, kick a field goal, and win it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like at that point where it's like not giving them so much time, but like it doesn't matter how much time you give them, they're still gonna somehow pull it off, right? So
I mean, 13 seconds, right? Like,
exactly. So
yeah. So.
Oh, that's rough.
My Cardinals are just incapable of beating the Seahawks. I knew they were going to lose. I should have done a lock against them because, dude, they can't play against the Seahawks. Kyler Murray's atrocious.
How many losses in a row is this? Like, I feel like they just like this is like what number 8 or 9 or something against them. Like they just can't
lost
seem to beat
4 in a row.
No, against the Seahawks, this is their 7th or 6th in a row.
Yeah, they've lost a high number.
Yeah, it's 6 losses in a row. They haven't won since 2020 against the Seahawks.
Jeez.
Or 2021 they won. I think they won 1 in 2021.
Their last game, their second divisional game against them in 2021 because they lost in 2022, 2023, and then this year.
Yeah, jeez. It's absurd, man. I don't understand. Like, it's crazy. And the Seahawks, they don't do anything like spectacular. They just know how to game plan against them for whatever reason.
Yeah,
but it is what it is. Your Panthers almost came out with an upset. That was kind of crazy.
The Panthers been playing good the last couple of weeks.
They've been playing good. I honestly I was kind of worried with because like I picked the Bucks too, and like I was kind of worried with the Bucks too. Like the Bucks aren't playing that great, and the Panthers somehow they seem to be turning it on right now. So like this week they might be an upset, but like I doubt they win this week. We'll see.
Bryce Young is coming alive though, man. Like, dude, that final stretch, that final drive, he looked poised. He was making reads, making good plays. Like he made two third down conversions on that on that last drive.
How'd that game end? Remind me.
It was 4th down, threw it to Thielen, and it got batted down on 4th down.
Yeah.
That's right.
They had multiple chances though. Like they converted like a big like 4th and, like I think it was like 10 or 12. It was like a big one that they converted downfield earlier.
Leggett needs to catch that football. That's what it was. That's what I was thinking of. Leggett needs to catch that football.
Like, I'm just like, are you kidding me?
I think you guys still go a receiver in this upcoming draft simply because I think it's obvious Xavier Leggett is just not a wide receiver one. You know what I mean?
But like, I didn't think he was, to be honest. Like, he didn't really give me wide receiver one vibes. I feel like he was just the guy that he's a good fill-in for this season because we need something. But like, when we have a better class of wide receivers, then go for someone then.
I had him in the same tier as like Keon Coleman coming out of the
Yeah,
draft.
I was literally about to
Yeah.
say he reminds me of Keon Coleman because I don't think Keon Coleman's going to be a bona fide receiver one in the league.
No,
I think
no.
they're
Like,
just
I don't
both
see it.
raw and like they could flourish. Like they could have like a Nico Collins, maybe not to that extent, but like Nico Collins started off slow, didn't really produce until like his third season where he like showed strides, and his fourth season was like, okay, like he's a wide receiver one, you know?
Yeah.
Even if he's like 70% of Nico Collins like at his best, like that's still a
I'll
decent
take
wide
that.
receiver one.
I'll take it.
Easily, I'll take that for sure. I mean, I don't know. I just see them more like who can I compare them to? I don't even have a good comp right now. But yeah, they're like raw. You're right. They're raw athletes.
Yeah.
I don't think they like playing football, but it just seems like they don't understand the game as to like a Nico Collins does, or like
Yeah.
if I'm talking like CeeDee Lamb, like those kind of guys who like their skill set along with their knowledge of ball makes them so good. And like, I mean, for example, Keon wasn't looking for a slant until week 5. They got smoked in the face a couple times. Like,
Yeah, I think that that is like
Yeah.
IQ and like understanding the game of football like goes such a long way, and it's like an underrated trait in like a player coming out of the draft because like it's obvious. Like even Xavier Worthy, like he was the fourth receiver taken in last year's NFL draft. Does he really like command any like integral kind of knowledge of the game? Like, does he showcase it on the field? Like, no, he's just a really athletic dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same with your Adonai Mitchell. That's kind of why he fell. But
I think there's a difference of like some of the receivers out there. Like, there's the receivers that are like super athletic. They're obviously better than the average guys out there. But then there's like the receivers that like the Jefferson, the other guys that are like difference makers, where like you can tell that like they just know what they should be doing at all times and don't seem confused or don't seem to need as much coaching.
like a
as, like,
prime
some of these other-
example is you compare Justin Jefferson to George Pickens.
Yeah.
Both uber athletic, very talented. One is
one's just a
disciplined.
moron.
One is disciplined and is like eager to learn and like a team player. The other one is like the complete opposite, and look at their difference in their careers. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. Like right now for sure. And you wanna know, like, in my opinion, a guy who's been super smart and who's had a long career and is doing a good
Adam
job
Thielen?
is but Keenan Allen too.
Keenan Allen, yeah.
Yeah,
Keenan
Allen
Allen's a
too,
smart receiver. He knows how to
Yeah.
get open. He knows how to create
Yep.
separation. He doesn't have game-breaking speed. He's not uber athletic, but he just gets the job done. Like, he's a good receiver, a smart receiver, makes
And
plays.
he's reliable. That's the thing too, right? Like he like the amount of times where like I know Xavier Worthy, he's done this numerous times where like he's close to the sideline and he doesn't like tap like toe tap or anything. He just kind of like I'm like, what are you doing? Like, this is like basic stuff you should be doing. Like,
Exactly. No, for sure, I agree. Like Cooper Kupp too, another great example of just someone who's super smart, whose smartness, whose IQ of the game has led him to be a Triple Crown receiver.
Dude, if I was an NFL GM, dude, I would solely take guys off of like how they perform in an interview. Because like the Rams do it perfectly. The Rams, they don't look at the combine. They don't look at like who is the most athletic on the field, who's making like the craziest plays. I feel like the Rams consistently pick guys who are like going to work harder than the next guy. You know?
Yeah.
Wherever they're placed on the depth chart, they're going to work their way up no matter what and work their absolute hardest to do so. Look at every single one of their draft picks. When's the last time the Rams have missed on a draft pick?
Well, to be fair, the Rams barely had draft picks until the last few years ago. Just because
they had to rely on those guys.
Right?
But even since then, every single one is hit.
They've been nailing it. Yeah, they've been nailing it.
Yeah.
Also, they pick guys who aren't just working hard, working smart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Dude,
like
both of their defensive players that they drafted, Braden Fisk and Jared Verse, are like in Rookie of the Year conversations.
Yep, I agree.
It's crazy.
But also, like, it's like I agree with the fact that you got to have a hard worker, but at the same time, like, I'd rather have someone who works hard, obviously, but like I feel like when you get to the NFL, for the most part, you're a hard worker. For the most
Yeah,
part, there's some guys
like
who
you know how to
slack.
do things.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? There's some guys who slack and who made it there by pure talent. But if you're a smart football player, which goes back to again, like you said, the interview process. You know if someone's going to be smart or not, or their IQ. That's how you can tell a great football player from a good football player in their early stages.
yeah.
Like, dude, I just try to imagine what Keon Coleman did in an interview with the Buffalo Bills to like have them draft him in the first round.
Like say, hey, that's
No,
well,
but he's
technically
probably
second
he's
round,
probably
but
like
yeah.
he's probably like a good interview though. That's kind of like he might
It
be one
might
of those.
make you laugh.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Like he might like he's a people person. Like
Yeah, I think that's what it
that's
is.
I think he's a people person. But in terms of ball knowledge or in terms of
Yeah,
like in
because like
terms of game IQ, he's not. He's definitely not high up there. That's for sure.
yeah, like I can see the Bills. Like the Bills should have went for someone like Lad. Like Lad and the Bills make the most sense to me. But like obviously that would cost a lot more. But like there's certain
Yeah,
players that like they fit better. But like you can tell Keon Coleman's kind of like that player that like he has that Buffalo kind of mindset in a way with him.
I
Like
agree.
I see why they picked him, but
But
obviously
also
there's
just
better ones out there.
yeah, and also with the Bills, just the way the offense is like built now. Like we do
Hmm.
have Shakir, who's kind of that underneath guy, that
Yeah,
like that
very
catch and
true.
run guy. We have, I mean, I think we needed a bigger body in Keon.
Mhm.
Kincaid's doing his thing. Mac Hollins is just pretty awesome now. Like I don't know
Yeah,
why he just
At 30. Dude, he's
at
30.
30
who
wearing
was
no.
throwing to him last year though? I can't remember who was with last year.
He was with
He
the
he wa-
Falcons.
he was on the Falcons, and then before that he was on the Raiders.
Oh, okay, so two teams that suck. So
He's been a journeyman his whole career. But
yeah,
he has like random spike weeks. Like there was one week when he played for the Raiders 2 years ago. He had like
mhm.
2 touchdowns and like 140 yards for some reason.
Yeah, he'll pop off, but
He
like
pops off.
it's just I think Josh Allen likes having big bodies to throw to, just like
Yep.
wide range. Like you could throw it anywhere around him and they'll catch
Like,
it. Like Keon can offer that kind of. Mac
he has a
Hollins can
profile
offer
with him.
that. Kincaid even like he has a pretty big catch radius. Kincaid. He's not like the biggest of guys, but he has a pretty big catch radius.
He has been a disappointment this year though. Like I feel like he's not himself. Like I don't know what's going on with
Yeah.
him. Like he
Well,
has been different.
he's been out the last 3 weeks, but he hasn't. He's definitely hasn't been like
Yeah,
that Kincaid that we saw last year.
exactly.
They're like going back to like in an NFL GM shoes though. It's so hard because then you have guys like Antonio Brown, for example, not the smartest guy in the world, but one of the best receivers to ever do it. You know what I mean?
I wanna argue that point. Before his CT, he was probably one of the smartest football players.
I
He was
don't
pretty
think the
smart.
guy was ever like actually like that smart.
Yeah,
He was
I
pretty
think he
intelligent.
was.
Yeah,
He knew how to turn a DB around. He knew every route to run. Like he knew how to run routes, how to manipulate DBs. But then he just sort of lost that through that CTE sort of whatever happened. But you watch film on the guy, like he runs a curl. Like it's ridiculous the way he runs a curl. He'll make that DB flip his hips 3 times before he turns around.
I just think there's like there is that element to it, but also another thing is like when you go to a different position like quarterback, like you have like obviously the top five, the quarterbacks that go in the top five, they're all going to be like relatively smart people. They're going to be able to like answer whatever questions any GM would have in an interview. But then it comes to like the game, and some of those guys just can't handle the pressure. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know if
yeah,
that's smarts though or just pressure.
No,
You know what
it
I
I
mean?
feel
doesn't
like
have anything to do with
they
their
just crack.
IQ. It's just it just sucks because then it like hinders like, oh, we kind of wasted that pick. This guy just can't perform in a clutch moment at all.
Which is like that's another part of I feel like this is like a pre-draft episode we're having right now, but that's also like another part of scouting is like,
Yep,
hey, that's why big school receivers, big school quarterbacks are better to have than smaller school quarterbacks
they
sometimes
can handle
because
pressure.
can you handle like a top 5 matchup under the lights SEC
Like
or
that's
did
the
you go
thing. Like you got sorry to cut you off. Like
yeah
you got guys like Trevor Lawrence that come out and like they were told they were their best in their class. They're since they started playing football or Caleb Williams. Like they've always been that guy.
The 5-star guy, you know, like
5-star.
started when you were a freshman, and then you come into the league, and it's like Trevor Lawrence didn't lose a football game to the NFL.
That's insane. That is such an insane stat.
Think about it like that, right?
It kind of makes me wonder though. Like I find that the ones that come out that are 5-star before they're like even like picked a school, those ones often don't do as well as the ones that are like maybe like 3-4-star and then they build themselves up. Like I feel like those ones seem to kind of strive better. Like look at like Joe Burrow, look at like Josh Allen, look like Jalen Hurts. Like all those guys were kind of like they weren't 5-stars just coming right into school, right? Like they kind of build themselves up to a point where like they became a 5-star.
And there was a good argument on that on the St. Brown podcast. I don't know if you guys watched that one.
Sometimes I didn't catch it.
Yeah, I see clips here and there, but there was a good argument about that where a lot of NFL players, they're comparing NFL like basketball and football, and a lot of NFL players don't develop until you're in college. Whereas with basketball players, you have to be good out of high school because you're a one and done, and then you're going to the show. Whereas like, for example, if I didn't develop until, you know, my first year of university, and I became a walk-on or whatever, you still have that, like, you can still develop that strength and size and develop those skills.
A perfect example
I
is
agree.
Caleb Williams versus Bo Nix this season. Perfect example.
Yeah. Like, even with the age and everything, right? Like that's a perfect example. Whereas basketball, you kind of need those physical attributes.
You have to be gifted from the beginning.
Right away, right? You have to be a dog in high school, pretty much.
Yeah.
I think basketball is such a tough comparison though, because I really don't think you have to be all that intelligent. Like some of the guys that go in the top 5 are literally just pure ballers, and they still end up like having a successful career. Like for example, Jalen Green, guy can't play a lick of defense, guy can't really pass, but he can score the ball. And he got signed to like a $160 million contract. He's still on the team.
Yeah. I agree with you with that point, but I also think there's some intelligence with it, with the basketball. Like I'm like looking at the basketball ones that are actually intelligent and looking at the ones that are like just like average, like they just play basketball. Like they're just really good scorers, right? Like a lot of the super intelligent basketball players, like look at like LaMelo Ball, look at like LeBron James, look at like Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Like all those guys are super intelligent with basketball. Where like they know what someone else is going to do. Whereas like someone like Jalen Green, like he's a phenomenal athlete. He can score whenever he wants, but like he's not bumping your team up to a championship kind of thing, right? Like he's just kind of like he's a good asset to have, but he's not excelling to the point where like he's destroying you every game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that, but also at the same time, especially with IQ, like I think that that's hard to kind of measure too on a lot of players, any sport really, but especially basketball, because like I'm not saying school is the all end learning, like that's how you measure intelligence, but especially with basketball players who don't like they know football or they know basketball and at an early age they know that they're going to go into the NBA. So like they just lock in and focus on the NBA. Why else would you spend any more energy
why am I wasting time doing anything else?
Exactly. So it's like they're that's all really they know. They just know basketball. It's like that's their intelligence. That's what they're limited to.
And so that's like, fine. There's no problem with that.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that's all they talk about. So it's like that's all they know.
I just think football is more like the skilled position. I honestly just think football as a whole is a more complex sport than basketball.
No, I think it is. I think it is. Like I don't even think it's close to the same.
I'd agree. Yeah, I personally think that quarterback is the hardest position in all sports.
Yeah,
I don't think there's anything harder in any other sport than quarterback.
I thought the same thing, but then if you look at the statistics and sheer difficulty it is being like an F1 racer, like Max.
Okay.
But that's
But that's like
that. Yeah,
I agree with that because the margin for error and life or death is so small.
Like those guys have to be perfect.
Yeah.
But like comparing to like the
Yeah.
top 4 sports, though, I
I'll
think
talk about the top
yeah,
4 sports,
yeah,
because but that's a different kind of pressure. That's like life or death.
yeah,
That's like fight or flight.
yeah.
Whereas like,
There's so many
like
factors.
at the end of the
Dude,
There's so
day,
those
many
guys,
things.
if they get one concussion, their career is over.
yeah,
Oh yeah,
Over.
you
It's
can't do anything.
crazy.
if they also react from like, if they react at 0.5 of a millisecond like late,
Mhm.
They're
their
coming
whole
last.
their whole time is off. Yeah. Whereas like
Yeah,
a quarterback, cool. If you get sacked at the end of the day, you can still
yeah.
go to your family, right? You can still
Every
go.
single quarterback has made a bonehead move in the NFL. Every
Yeah,
single starting
Yeah,
quarterback.
yeah,
every
yeah, and you still get paid.
Yeah.
Every single quarterback's probably got concussed. Like
yeah, at some
We're
point.
realistically,
completely off topic. What team is signing Sam Darnold next year? Because the Vikings
Um,
have come out and said that they haven't had a single discussion with Sam Darnold regarding a long-term contract. What
to be
team
fair
does that
though,
guy go to?
I wouldn't have a long-term
Jets.
discussion because they still have JJ. Like at the end of the day, like, are you signing Sam Darnold to like a 3-year contract? It doesn't make sense. Like that's literally the whole extent of JJ's contract, right? So like it doesn't make sense to sign him long term. In terms of teams, I kind of have two. I have one in the AFC, one in the NFC. So my AFC team, I joked and thought it would be the Jets, but I'm like, there's no way you go
I
back
know.
to New
That's what I
York.
was just literally just. I was thinking
Yeah.
Jets.
So my AFC team was originally the Raiders, but like the Raiders were locking in number one, so they're gonna take a QB no matter what. So I'm thinking for AFC would be probably the Titans or the Jags. And then for NFC, it would probably be someone like the. I was thinking the Saints, to be honest.
That's the
Yeah,
team
I
that
could
I
see.
think is like the perfect team for Sam Darnold.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I could see the Saints. I can't see the Jags just because they signed Mac Jones and that backup position. I think Mac Jones is not a terrible backup. Trevor Lawrence too is like
I didn't
they
see
just,
the. I don't know his deal for Mac Jones, but
but also Trevor Lawrence they just paid the guy, and I don't think that even if they were to sign Sam Darnold, like why would you want your $55 million quarterback to go in and compete and feel that pressure and stuff? Like I just don't think that'd be a
for
smart
sure.
move on that end.
Mhm.
Saints though, like that was I didn't even think of that. That's actually a
I think Saints.
great
Yeah,
that's a
That
Saints makes the
was
great
what
most
I was
sense.
gonna say is the Saints, just because you have Derek Carr. He can't stay healthy. Didn't make a difference this
Always
season.
hurt.
but also like that's a good QB. Like that's a
Yep.
good camp battle. Like that's a
Yeah.
guy like Derek Carr needs someone to go to battle with so he
He
can
needs a
elevate his own
purpose.
game.
He
Yeah,
needs a purpose.
like he looks like he just goes out there and just like
Well, he knows he has no competition. He's like, whatever, I can do
exactly.
whatever I want.
Like he
You
can
Spencer
do
know,
whatever.
I'm
Rattler's
not
not the
defense.
answer.
No.
No.
I was
But
thinking it was either the Saints or the Giants pass on a quarterback, go defense, build up that defense, and sign Sam Darnold. Because realistically, if the Giants don't get the first 2 picks this season or this upcoming NFL draft, which are most likely going to be Cam Ward and or well maybe top 3
Yeah.
because Travis Hunter's probably going to be in a top 3, no
Yeah.
question.
yeah.
But I could see a world if they don't land Cam Ward or Shadur Sanders, they just pass because those are really
Well,
the only 2 guys that are worth taking in the top 10.
well, I also think too that what if they want to wait for a quarterback class, like a better quarterback class, right? So what if they take Travis and like they just build a team, they take a quarterback like Sam Darnold, pop him in for now, and
Oh,
then wait next year for like Archie.
I'm like,
Archie
what about
Manning.
But
Archie? What if
You know what I
Archie
mean?
went
they're
there?
not going to get him with Sam Darnold under center.
Or they just don't sign a quarterback and they just you
Yeah.
know what I mean? They just kind of tank for another year because you're not gonna flip the team into a Super Bowl team.
I just
No,
don't
but
think that the New York Giants are actually in the position to tank because of their head coach situation. Brian Daboll, whether
he's on the
anyone
hot
likes it or
seat.
not, he is on the hot seat. He's playing for his job. And at the end of the day, Brian Daboll is an above average coach. He hasn't
Mhm.
really shown for it with his record, but that guy's playing for his job. He's going to go out and he's going to get a competent quarterback. The only one available in free agency really is Sam Darnold. And dude, Sam Darnold's putting up the best numbers in his division. Better than Jared Goff, better than Jordan Love, better than Caleb Williams.
The only thing though is that I can't see Sam Darnold wanting to go back to New York. That's the only thing.
But it's for the other New York.
it doesn't matter. It's
Same
still New York.
stadium. Same
It's the
stadium.
same. It's the same environment. Like if anything, I would say Giants fans are more criticizing than Jets fans.
Oh yeah.
Like it's not even
I don't
like
see a world where they can be. Dude,
Giants
they
fans
Sam
are
are.
ruthless,
Darnold,
man.
Sam
Dude.
Darnold's playing like a
He is, but I don't know. I feel like Sam Darnold wants to go to a team where like he's not.
Yeah.
He doesn't have that much pressure like he did in New York.
And I'm gonna put it like this: Eli Manning won 2 Super Bowls and still was hated by New York fans.
Exactly.
yeah, it is a tough market to play for. I just
Yeah.
those are the two teams that spoke out to me because there's no way the Raiders go and sign Sam Darnold. Not a chance.
No,
No, the
no,
No,
Raiders
he just
won't.
doesn't fit the culture.
He doesn't fit, but I think
no, he
I
doesn't fit the culture.
Saints is, yeah,
Fitter Sanders fits the Vegas culture.
Yeah.
yeah.
Dude, that is like the most tried and true, perfect draft pick. Like this
Yeah.
upcoming draft.
You talking about if the shoe fits? No, that shoe fits.
Yeah, it's like the perfect size.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Saints make the most sense now that we all kind of outlined it. But
Saints. I'm trying to think of other teams, but
like I think Cam Ward goes to the Giants, and I feel like that work is like a perfect fit for them because like Cam Ward kind of is that like.
You did make
No.
a decent point for the Titans though, because the Titans, like they kind of did that with
Titans
Ryan
need to do
Tannehill
something.
a few years ago. Like
They need to do something.
Signed that like performing
Veteran.
quarterback that
Yep.
and they were pretty much a quarterback away from competing. And then they did compete with Tannehill. They didn't make it to a Super Bowl, but they were one touchdown away from doing so against the Bengals. They
Yeah.
almost made it, man. So.
Mhm.
I could see those are two good teams.
Yeah.
I think if Sam and you are right, like maybe Sam wouldn't want to go back, but what a opportunity to like prove yourself to go to the opposing team that drafted you in New York Giants, like instead of the
It
Jets,
would be hilarious. It would be funny.
and just
And
ball
succeed. Yeah.
would be a crazy story.
Do you think he balls though? Because I have a feeling this season might be a bit of an anomaly for him. Like I don't think it's going to be. I don't think he might get paid, but I don't think he's gonna outperform this season at all again in his career.
I don't know, man. He was a top 4 pick for a reason. I just think the nerves got to him. The Jets are a dumpster fire. We're seeing a Hall of Famer quarterback show how poverty of a franchise the Jets are. It's impossible to play there within the last
as much
decade.
as the Jets are they are poverty, it's also the quarterback. Like I'm not giving the Jets the excuse like the full on blame here. It's both of them. It was a brutal marriage from the beginning between them.
Yeah,
Like Aaron
They
Rodgers,
only
match made in
gave
hell.
Sam Darnold 2 seasons and then traded his ass to Carolina.
yeah, it wasn't enough time, but you don't have that much time when you draft top 3, top 4, right? Like
and especially in New York, you don't
yeah,
have a lot of
that's
time
what
in
I'm
New
saying.
York.
New York is brutal.
Sam Darnold, he did make some bonehead moves, and he said some bonehead stuff. I remember, like that seeing ghosts clip. That was like a meme for a couple years. Like that was hilarious. He just didn't live up to expectation in New York. But this happens all the time where a quarterback, like you're talking historically, go back 20 years, quarterbacks didn't play in their first season or two.
No,
They
don't.
learned.
They shouldn't. I agree. They shouldn't. Though.
And then quarterbacks flourished when they turned like 25, 26, sometimes even later. So it could just be another example of that. Dude, Sam Darnold's playing at a high level. The last game, he had 5 touchdowns, 5 passing touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
Yeah.
Guy's playing like an MVP candidate.
Playing the exact opposite of Kirk Cousins.
He's playing better than Kirk Cousins last year before Kirk Cousins went down for injury.
I'm saying he's playing like the exact opposite of Kirk Cousins right now.
I think it was just funny that
touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
He drops 5 touchdowns on the week that Kirk Cousins is back. It's just like cherry on top kind of funniness of what the NFL season's been like.
That is like such a shitty game for Kirk. Like he's feeling like not great. How do you?
But especially like that's like he's like that might be the game that like
that was probably the game
he might not be able to recover after that.
Like really sealed it. That's what I'm saying. That might be the game that's like, oh man, like I gotta go home to my kids and wife now, and like I should stop playing football.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna hang it up.
It's a good thing he has money though. It's a good thing he got paid. So.
Oh yeah,
Another thing is the contract for Kirk Cousins is only guaranteed for 2 years. So
Yeah.
after next season, like Atlanta
They're
can
free.
kind of clap their hands and say, "We're done here, move on."
Yeah. Which
But
it's a
I
good thing to
honestly
draft
think
Penix
Michael
now.
Penix gets the start next year. To be honest, the way Kirk's going,
Especially
I think
the
so.
way the season ends, or the way the season is going to end. You
Mhm.
might even see some playing time at the end of the year here.
Yeah.
If week 17 or 18 don't mean anything.
Mhm.
is there like come to think of it, there's no other like flyer quarterback that's like far outperforming expectations that's like kind of been in the league for a while that's finally like flourishing other than Sam Darnold. Like I can't think of any
Baker
free
Mayfield.
agent,
Baker was the last one, so
but he's
no one
already
really.
paid.
I know, that's why I'm like, there's no one really left.
No, yeah, there's nobody really like.
The same thing kind of happened for Baker though, ish. But Sam Darnold's playing better than Baker did when Baker had that like great season and outperformed expectations. Sam Darnold's playing better than that season and has
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. But I think
Yeah.
Baker's just being like, he's consistent.
Yeah.
He's all right. I'm not saying I think Sam's obviously a better quarterback today than Baker is. Like right now, he's a better quarterback, but it's kind of like the same philosophy, the same story where like Baker, he went to
the Browns.
the Browns and then went to Carolina after the Browns.
Yeah.
He went to Carolina and then he went to the Rams.
And then he had that little.
Or no, he went to the
But
Rams
then
and
he
then
had
Carolina.
that like game. No,
no, it was the other way around.
Oh,
because
sorry.
he
Yeah.
went to Carolina and then he went to
Yeah.
the Rams and he had that like that turnaround, that 3-day turnaround,
Yeah.
started the game for them and threw the game-winning touchdown, like the
Yeah.
game-winning drive. Yeah, no,
I think the
it's like
Seahawks won that game, though. Didn't they?
No.
The Rams won that game
I thought the Rams won.
because of Baker Mayfield throwing that long bomb to whoever he threw to. I like stories like that though with those quarterbacks, like when they get written off like that and then they just come out and ball. It's just that's cool.
But it's kind of like on the opposite end what we were just talking about when these 5-star quarterbacks have so much expectation. Well, at the point of Sam Darnold's career when he went into Minnesota, he didn't have any expectations. All expectations were this guy sucks. So
they're already gone.
He didn't have any pressure. He's like, "Oh, you guys think I suck? I'll show you what I'm capable of." No pressure whatsoever.
And he won the QB battle. He won the QB battle, and he just balled.
Yeah.
Yeah. He screwed up our predictions, but whatever.
Hey, Minnesota's doing well. So
how did we do this week for our picks, anyways?
This week we were a little bit under 500 for it, so we ended up the week 5-7. So it wasn't the worst.
Could be worse.
Yeah, exactly. Like some of the losses that we have were just like you can tell this was the week we kind of just gave teams that shouldn't win wins. Like we picked the Falcons over the Vikings, which that one made sense at the beginning of the season.
Well, I remember sitting talking, being like, "Oh, Kirk's gonna come back and
exactly
light it up," and then
we didn't expect Sam Darnold to be an MVP candidate, though.
Exactly. Yeah. So like that one was kind of like that was on us. Obviously, everyone thought the Falcons would be a lot better, but like the Giants versus the Saints, we picked the Giants, which like
so close,
but we also gave the Giants barely any wins, so we had to give them something.
Yeah, then, we had to.
Yeah, Panthers versus Eagles, we gave them we picked the Panthers for that one, which.
That what the hell are we thinking?
I don't know.
But it was a close game still.
It was a close game though. But on a side note, have you guys seen how bad Jalen Hurts has been?
He
in
can't
terms of like
pass.
his passing.
Dude, like, AJ Brown looks miserable.
AJ Brown is calling it out now at this point. Like it's been brutal. But like, can you get mad when your team is like 9 wins straight? Like, I don't know.
Jalen Hurts pisses me off for the sole reason that he acts like the most mysterious man in the world.
I know.
Dude, and it's like, dude, get over yourself.
Yeah, dude, the guy is so condescending, but but he's not even condescending. But like,
he's not. But he's like,
his demeanor just is like he thinks you're better than everybody.
He thinks he's like Gandhi or something like that. I don't know. Like he thinks he's just the man.
Dude, do you guys know who Duke Dennis is?
He's
a Duke Dennis without the comedy, man.
Yeah, he's fake Duke Dennis. He's fake Dennis.
Dude, he's just serious Duke Dennis. That's all he is.
Yeah.
Serious Dennis.
Hey, man.
Oh my god. Yeah,
Oh,
dude,
God.
Jalen Hurts talks in Instagram captions. Like, get over yourself.
He
Yeah.
does. It was like when they played the Ravens and they beat the Ravens, and after the game, he was like,
Oh, the interview. Oh my God.
the interview, he was like, yeah, so like the crowd was like a lot of Philly fans in the crowd, and then he was like, yeah, we're just down the road. Like, what does that even mean? Like, say, yeah, thanks for the support, guys. Like, thanks for coming down and showing out in an away game. Yeah, they're just down the road. They should be here.
Yeah,
Nice, man.
It's the same because like there's been
know.
like memes like circulating with like Duke Dennis, like how like he tries so hard to be like cool.
Yeah.
Dude, the Jalen Hurts does the exact same thing. It's like, bro, get over yourself. Just be a human.
Yeah.
Quit doing this persona bullshit, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, oh my gosh, it's been brutal. Like, I feel bad for AJ Brown, but at the same time, like, you guys are winning. So like, and Saquon's having like a great season. So like, of course, you're not going to be getting as much numbers when Saquon.
That's how you know you're a diva.
Oh yeah, no, well, AJ Brown is kind of a diva. So, like,
he is a big diva. That's like if you remember Tennessee days.
Yep.
How we got out of Tennessee. Yeah.
Yep.
This team is not the same team without Saquon. He is
Oh no.
He is the focal point of that offense.
Legit the MVP, if not the offensive player of the year.
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
for sure.
He has to be, because
if Josh Allen wasn't having the season he is, and with given the circumstances from how how much like diversity he's had this season in comparison to like his previous seasons, he would. I feel like he is clear cut MVP.
I agree too.
Yeah,
the only thing with Josh is like everybody wrote off the Bills this year. Everybody was like, "Oh, Bills aren't going to be that team." Lost all of his weapons, all that, and then Josh is just doing his thing.
I thought, I honest to God thought the Bills were going to take a step in the direction that the Chargers have in terms of like just pounding the rock, because that's kind of what the coach came out and said that they were planning on doing. But they still stretch the field the exact same way. They just don't have a diva interfering with the play.
Yeah. Yeah. So true though.
So, yeah. So, yeah, it doesn't sound like we did very good. Did we get the Seahawks and Cardinals pick right?
No, we picked the Cardinals.
Oh my God. We got the Bills right there, right? We picked the Rams, didn't we?
No.
Oh, I thought we totally picked the Rams.
We picked the Raiders. Again, one of those games where like we just kind of gave them a win. We picked the Cardinals. We picked the Bills. We picked the Chargers. It's like literally all the games we picked was just
dude, those games, they were
almost
all the games were close.
Yeah, like the Cardinals Seahawks one obviously wasn't that close, but like
that was just me being biased, probably.
Probably, but whatever. Like tonight we have the Cowboys and Bengals. So
that's your lock, eh?
We picked Cowboys to win this one. So
your lock was the Bengals.
Yeah, my lock was the Bengals, but we'll see if that works.
What's our overall record?
Overall record right now. We're still positive. Yeah. We're 118 over 89.
That's actually not too bad. That's a 1.0 KD.
Yeah, we're doing pretty well. Yeah, we're doing pretty well.
Yeah. Do you guys want to go over power rankings? I don't know how much different they will be, but
yeah, you know what? Let's go over power rankings real quick.
Mine's not too much. It's not too much different, but
go ahead then.
Do you want me to go first?
For sure.
Okay. So number 5, I have Steelers, still kind of similar to last week. They're still kind of doing their thing. Number 4, I have the Chiefs. Chiefs are still like, I have no comments about them. They know how to win, so until they prove otherwise, they're not ever going to get knocked out, I feel like. Number 3, I have the Eagles. So that one is kind of, as much as them barely beating the Panthers was kind of like, I'm shocked by this. The Panthers have been playing good ball, so like, I don't know why it took this long for us to finally start actually competing, but whatever. This is what we always do. And then number 2, I have the Bills. Knocked them a little bit just because I did not expect the Rams to come out like they did. Like, I don't know what happened. Like, that was just game of the year right there. And then number 1 was Lions. So we'll see what happens with the Lions and Bills this week. That's gonna be a good matchup. But
I'm so excited, and I'm actually going to Punta Cana on Sunday.
Oh, nice.
I land like 40 minutes before the game, or like
Yeah,
I'll get to my resort 40 minutes before the game, and I just can't wait to
yeah.
sit on the beach and watch that football game.
That'll be a good game.
Dude, that's gonna be
And
so fun.
it's
I don't know why they didn't flex
the
it.
start of fantasy playoffs too. Is like
I wish they flexed that game. Like, I kind of wish they
I
put it
know,
later. Like,
like
that one should
grow
be
up,
a night
Roger
game.
Goodell. Like
Like,
grow up.
like the fact that Packers Seahawks is the night game. I'm like, really? Why are we putting this game on night?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Packers Seahawks.
That's gonna be a good game too, though.
It is,
I'm
but
rooting
it's
for the
not.
Packers.
It's not like
Yeah.
8 o'clock prime.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a game that. Like,
Fuck the Seahawks.
You
yeah,
need the
like,
Packers to win that. I'll go top five. Top five doesn't change a whole lot, but I just took Green Bay out, so I'm gonna go Philly at 5.
Mhm.
Yeah, actually no, I'm gonna go Mini at 5, KC at 4, Bills at 3, Philly at 2, and then Detroit at 1. So I basically from last week to this week I knocked out Green Bay, kept, and then I put Minnesota in there just because I know they played the Falcons and Kirk had a bad game, but
They've been playing good.
like Isaac said, Sam Darnold's been an MVP this year, MVP
Yeah.
caliber. So I think they deserve to be in the top 5 for sure. Knocked the Bills down just because of the loss. Although like they did play great, their defense didn't play good at all. And
I
so
didn't get to watch the last play calls, but like I saw a lot of like it was trending, like John McDermott or something.
So what happened was we had 3 timeouts.
Yeah.
And I think it was Josh's fault because Sean McDermott looked pissed.
Okay.
But we threw a ball and we were on the 1 yard line.
Mhm.
And like we went out of bounds and we were on the 1 yard line and there was like I think a minute 10 left.
Okay.
And we decided to QB sneak it on the 1 yard line, right?
And then got stopped.
They stopped us and then we used one of our timeouts. Therefore, we had to go for the onside. We couldn't kick it deep and we couldn't try 3 plays to stop them, right? But I think Josh called his own number. And I'm no NFL source, but I think he just said like fuck,
I can see that though. I can see that.
Like I think we're just gonna sneak it in.
Yeah.
Because like I don't know why, but like Sean McDermott, if you watch that back, looked pissed calling that timeout. Like face red, pissed off. And so I don't want to put blame on Sean McDermott, but like wake up, Sean McDermott. So
yeah, but people were like calling, like saying it's Sean McDermott, like he's an idiot for calling this play, which I'm like, I didn't see the play, but like I'm like,
I don't hate the play call though, to be honest, because Josh Allen usually can fucking rush forward 3 yards.
I get it, but in that scenario, you
sneaking it though.
But in that scenario, you line up in shotgun, you throw the ball 3 times. That way, the clock has to stop. You don't take a sack, you just throw it away. And then worst case on 4th and goal, you sneak it in, but you just don't lose any yards. Right? That's like in that scenario, that's what in my head I do because that way the clock stops. You know what I mean? Every single time you don't have to use a timeout. But hey, it didn't happen. We lost the game.
Yeah.
Rams still 10-3, so you're
going to Rams came to play that one.
Still have the division. Still have the division locked, and also the Rams. That was the best football game I've ever seen. Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp play. Like that was hats off to them.
Where was this last week?
Yeah. Well, next week they're gonna get their shit blown in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, where was this last week when we could have used this? Like,
dude, Puka Nacua, man, that sideline catch was just one of the most structured, fantastic sideline catches I've ever seen. Like, dude, and this looked effortless. And this guy is a 5th round pick.
Like, where'd he come from?
Like, his name is Puka Nacua.
Yeah.
Where did he come from?
That's out of a fairy tale.
Who is this guy?
He's a character.
And the other guy, his name is Cooper Kupp. Who's naming these people?
Yeah.
Who's naming the Rams receivers?
Yeah.
That's probably what the Rams do. They look for like the guy with the weird name, and you're like, you know what? He's on our team.
Yeah, he's got to be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll finish out with my power rankings. So not too much change here. I actually, Con, you're gonna hate me, but I have the Bills at 5.
That's fine.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I have the Bills.
Honestly, that's fine. Like that's
just because of the loss.
Yeah.
And it might be a little bit of recency bias, but I have the Bills at 5. Could be subject to change moving forward. Number 4, I have the Chiefs. They've stayed the same. They barely win every single week, it seems. Number 3, I have the Lions. Number 2, I have the Vikings. And number 1, I have the Eagles still.
Okay. So why do you have the Vikings leapfrogging the Lions?
Dude, it could just be like a superstition thing or just kind of like going off of feeling.
Mm-hmm.
But man, the Vikings look good, and their defense is much healthier than the Lions' defense. The Lions' defense is in shambles.
Yeah,
It's
I agree.
unfortunate, but it has to knock them down a notch. Like they've got so many injuries, and I mean they're still making it work. But they almost lost to the Green Bay Packers, who 3 weeks ago were like very much a tier below them. So I don't know, that division is extremely wide open still.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
it's gonna be a close race for that division at the end of it. Like they're all within a win or two away from each other, right? Like it's very close.
Yeah, that Week 18 game is gonna be a huge game. I think it's gonna come down to the wire.
Yeah,
because they play in Week 18, the Vikings and the Lions.
Mm.
And
I think
sorry, go ahead, Jeff.
I think the Packers steal one from the Vikings though, so I feel like it's just gonna be like a 3-way battle at the end. But
I don't know. I honestly, I don't. The only game I see the Vikings losing for the rest of the season is potentially Week 18. I think I see the Lions losing one more game before that Week 18, and then the Lions winning and clinching.
So imagine the Vikings win out, and their record is the opposite of what we predicted, because we predicted them 2-14. Imagine they go 14-2.
Oh man!
Sorry to interrupt, but I just clicked. That just clicked in my head, and if they win out, they go 14-2 and give us a double bird in the meeting room for Week 1 or for playoff football.
That's hilarious.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I mean, you know what? I thought about potentially moving down the Eagles because they didn't steamroll the Panthers whatsoever. It was a close game. Mm-hmm. However, it was the perfect trap game.
It was
and Carolina is finally firing on all cylinders, and they're finally looking like a cohesive team. So, and they still came out with the win. If they lost, they would have been on the other side of the top 5. So, they still came out with the win. So,
I think Carolina's a dangerous team now. Like honestly, I feel like every game from here on out is going to be like a 1-score win for whoever they're playing. So, I know people are thinking they're still the team at the beginning of the year when they're like not that team anymore. But.
Yeah, and it's funny because like they I see what you're saying. Like they're just playing hungry football. Like they're playing meaningful football. You saw on the sidelines how defeated Adam Thielen was, man. He wanted that win so bad.
He was so defeated.
Bad.
Yeah.
So
like Adam Thielen knows this is probably like his last ride doing this. Bryce Young knows that like he needs to ball out to prove that they shouldn't replace him. Like everyone's playing for their job, I feel like at this point. So.
Even Corrales, like they're all playing kind of like this is it. Like let's go. It's go time.
It's meaningful, meaningless football.
Literally.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like it's interesting. Going for our locks and our sleepers for Week 15. We'll hop into those real quick just to get them over with. Jeff, one of your games isn't over because we're filming this on a Monday night, but they're currently up 17-10.
All right, Bengals, just hold on. Don't ruin this.
Bengals are up 17-10 at halftime.
Yeah.
But you missed your Packers, Isaac. You got your Eagles. You missed your Chargers. I got my Steelers. Missed my Giants. So we'll keep the same order as last week for now.
What's the score right now?
17-10.
No, like our sleepers and lock score.
Oh, okay. So without the Bengals, without this game, Jeff's at 5, and Isaac, you and I are both at 4.
Okay.
So that's for the last.
So even weeks. If Jeff doesn't hit on this one, he's still above 1.
Yeah, he'll still be up 1 because he hit a sleeper.
Okay.
Which is 2 points instead of 1, right?
Yeah.
So, well, Jeff, you could, since you're leading.
All right.
You can hit it off.
All right, so my lock this week is going to be the Commanders.
Okay.
This game is right now like 7.5 spread. Not saying that Commanders are going to beat them that bad. They probably will beat them that bad though. And I don't even know who's starting for the Saints. Like, is it going to be like, is it going to be Rattler? Like, I don't even know who the other guy is. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, at this point, I can't see the Commanders having a week off and not coming to this game ready to show the world why they should fight for a playoff spot. So they're my lock this week. And then for my upset this week, I am going. I feel like this one shouldn't be that much of an upset, considering like I feel like these teams are pretty close. But my upset for this week, or my sleeper, is the Bills.
Oh, I was gonna take the Bills. Damn.
Yeah, I don't get how this game isn't a pick 'em for me. Like the Bills are kind of rolling a bit more right now. Like the defense is shambles for like Detroit, right? So like I don't know. I just can't see. I can't see
Yeah.
the Bills not being able to hold this one out. But
Come game time, it might be a pick 'em, but you got it
yeah,
at a good time. So
I can't
yeah,
wait to watch that game. I can't wait.
Mhm.
yeah,
I have the whole weekend off, so I'm
yeah. Oh, nice.
stoked.
That'll be a good one. I will look forward.
Yeah, I'm taking my grandpa to a Maple Leafs game. He's never been to a Maple Leafs game, so I'm
Oh,
super
that's gonna
excited.
be
Well,
sick,
that's
Isaac. Where
good.
they playing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're going to Detroit for the
Oh,
game.
Oh,
nice.
nice, nice.
Red Wings.
So
Nice little classic
Yep.
matchup.
yeah, I'm stoked. He's gonna love it, dude. So
Oh,
Mm,
that's
it was
sweet.
a little Father's Day
that's good.
gift earlier
Nice.
this year. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'll move into my my locks and sleepers. So
All right.
my lock, I actually have the Bengals, or sorry, the Ravens beating the Giants.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I
That's
forgot about that too.
quite the easy lock.
That's yeah.
I mean, there's still some like crazy
That's
matchups still sitting here, but
That's my sleeper. No, I'm just kidding.
imagine
but
if the Giants want to ruin their pick and win that game.
my sleeper is actually the Raiders beating the Falcons. I just don't believe in the Falcons at all. I think they're gonna choke.
Okay, so you guys
Oh,
left me a
damn.
wide open lock, and I just gotta take it
It's
because
KC.
yeah,
KC?
Yeah, that one's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was, yeah.
I did take the Chiefs 2 weeks ago though, so I could still take it this week.
Yeah.
Chiefs
Is it
for
crazy
my
though that like I kind of wanted to pick the Browns as my sleeper, but like I didn't want to deal with the Chiefs' luck at the end, so I'm like I'm not
yeah.
doing this.
Dude, I was thinking of taking. I was thinking of taking. Or who's favorite in the Cowboys and Panthers game? Is it the Panthers?
There's not. I think they're even
No,
right now.
it will be the Cowboys. But I need to pick a sleeper. Okay, so this is gonna be interesting here.
Just pick the Browns and Chiefs, man. You'll guaranteed 1 point.
That's actually quite the strategy.
Oh, imagine.
Dude's playing chess,
Yeah.
not checkers.
You know what? I can't make a choice for my life here. Give me the Colts over the Broncos.
You've been hanging out with
All
Chloe
right,
too
all right.
much. Can't make a decision.
Give me the Colts over
Colts,
the
all right.
Broncos.
Over the Broncos in the high
I don't
city.
know. I have zero
high
reason
city.
why. That's probably
Yeah.
so wrong.
Honestly, Colts win these random games, so like
That's what
I
I'm
could
saying.
see
That's
it.
the only reason why I picked it, because I could see the Broncos being 8-6, and I could see the Colts being 7-7.
The Colts aren't eliminated yet.
I know
Who's
they're fighting.
leading that division? Like,
They kind of have the same
wow.
mentality, and they're playing with like the same grit as the Panthers, but they actually have meaning. That's the
Yeah.
They're
difference.
playing meaningful football.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
That's the
wow, I
difference.
didn't realize they're only a game back, really. Like they're not that far back from them.
No,
They win this one.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy that they like benched Anthony Richardson for him to come back, and they're still like fighting for playoff spot.
Mm-hmm.
But this seems to be the Colts way. Like they're always fighting for a playoff spot every year.
They're never at the bottom of the league.
Yeah.
No, they're like middle of the pack all the time.
Yeah.
So I have a little game for you guys.
Nice.
So you guys are gonna have to guess the top 10 NFL MVP odds this season. Whoever guesses most by the end wins.
So
Oh, I thought
currently,
who-
like what the
like
odds
who's
are currently?
competing for it?
Yeah.
Okay, I won't Google.
No
Like
Google
who's
is
competing
allowed.
for MVP?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Okay,
who
okay.
has? Okay, Jeff, you can go first. Just get the obvious out of the way there.
Yeah, Josh Allen.
Yep. He's number
Nope.
1.
He's 11.
Imagine. Yeah, Josh Allen is not here.
Saquon.
Yep. He's number
He's gotta
2.
be 2. Yeah, he's gotta be 2.
Yeah. Number. Does that have to be in order, or is it just anyone in the top 10?
It doesn't have to be in order.
Okay. I'm gonna say Patrick Mahomes.
Somehow he's here. Yep.
Yeah, of course he's here.
At number 5.
It doesn't make sense. He shouldn't be anywhere touching this list.
Lamar Jackson.
He's number 3.
Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry is not here.
Ooh.
Oh, he got
He
bumped
fell
out.
off
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah, he did.
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow is not here.
Ooh.
He should be there. He's getting robbed.
He's like got
I just
Jerry.
thought just because of his
Yeah,
his stats.
Yeah,
He's
should
got
be there because of his stats.
back in the day in like the 1960s. Jerry West won the NBA championship MVP
On the losing team.
On the losing team.
Yeah.
That's literally Joe Burrow this season.
That's Joe.
Yeah,
That's Joe Burrow right now. Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna have to go with. It's a weird one, but I'm gonna say Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson's not here.
All right.
So far, you guys have guessed 4 correct.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Who would? So we got.
Oh, I missed an obvious.
I'm missing an obvious one too. I'm just trying to think quarterbacks right now. Is Justin Herbert anywhere in there?
He is.
He's in the list.
10? Is he
Yep.
10?
He's number 10.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow,
Okay.
good for him.
Herbie.
Herbie. All right. Jared Goff.
Oh yeah.
Jared Goff. Yep. He's number 5.
Yeah. I was
Or
like, he should be on
he's
this
number
list.
4. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you guys have 4 left.
So
Yeah.
we both have
6,
3.
6, 7, 8, 9, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold is number
Oh, man,
6.
Yeah. We were literally talking about him all day.
I know.
I
I'm like,
know,
I'm like,
I know,
I've been
I know.
glazing in this entire episode.
Blazing. I wanna put Jaden Daniels on here. Yeah, I'm gonna go Jaden Daniels.
Jaden Daniels is number 8.
Yeah. What number was Sam Darnold?
6.
Oh shit, good for Sam.
So you guys have 2 more.
Think-
You guys are technically
think we're
tied
tied,
right
right?
now.
Yeah.
What?
We're tied.
What?
Oh, this is gonna be tough. Is Jalen Hurts on there?
Jalen Hurts. Yep. Jalen Hurts is right after Mr. Darnold at 7.
I don't know how because he's been just
He should not be
handing
on
the
this.
ball off all year. It's
Yeah.
probably all of his
It's the
It's
tush
the-
push.
Without the tush
the
push,
tush push.
he's
All the
nowhere
touch
near. I
They're just
actually
not
don't know
obvious,
how
but-
this guy's actually here, but
I got my last guess.
Oh, Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield.
Ah, that was my guess. Damn. Okay, now
I don't know how he's there.
Do you have the 11th?
What do you mean? Baker's been balling. He's
Yeah,
been
I
killing
got
it.
the 11th.
Okay,
You've already
we're
said
tied
it.
right now. We're already tied.
Oh, we already said them.
Yeah, you already said the 11th.
I already
Okay,
forget.
whoever gets the 11th first wins.
Wins, yeah, that's what I'm saying, but I forget the 11th who we said.
You all have to figure it out.
Okay, Derrick Henry.
No, he's not there. Jeff, you gonna steal?
No!
Yeah, I'm gonna go Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Go on,
yeah,
man. What the hell?
yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I
Joe
said it.
Burrow is
I
screaming.
said Joe
Joe
Burrow.
Burrow's getting
What the
mocked. Like
hell, Jerry
he should be
West?
in
What are you
the-
doing, man?
Yeah.
Jerry West. Kind of looks like Jerry West a little bit from the 60s.
He's Jerry East.
Oh my god.
Joe East.
Yeah,
We
Joe East. Joe East. How's your mother?
we
That's what he sounds like he's from Jersey.
Oh,
how's your
man.
mother for me?
That's hilarious. Oh, okay. This next one is we're gonna go back to the Madden ratings.
All right.
So Con, it's not loading. Just give me a sec here. Bear with me. There we go. Okay. So what overall, Jeff, since you won, you can go first. What overall do you think George Kittle is
Oh,
in Madden 25?
in -25, I'll give him. I'll say a 94.
94? Con?
92.
92? Joe Kittle is a 98 overall.
What?
Yeah.
So first
He's-
one to
you know why?
3
Is
wins.
I feel like he is a guy that plays Madden, so they really plays him up in that one. Like I feel like he's a Madden guy.
He's just always for
So-
whatever reason been a high overall, no matter
Yeah.
what his production is.
But like
Yeah.
98?
But he
No,
is
he
one of the
shouldn't.
best blocking
He-
tight ends in the league. He's
Exactly,
always
that's what
has
it
been.
is. He has all the random other stats that like boost him up super high in Madden.
He's just not the but he's actually been an extremely good fantasy fantasy tight end this year.
He's been killing it this year, and I didn't think he would do that well this year, to be honest. But
Okay, so Con, what overall is Jalen Ramsey on Madden 25?
Oh, he's got to be like a 90. Like a 95.
Okay.
Probably higher.
I'm gonna go 89.
He's a 96. Con's closer.
Really?
But I
dude,
agree with
I
the
feel
rating
like
though.
he
He's
doesn't
been shit
shoot
this
much.
year.
Yeah, like I feel like he's not as good as he was.
Yeah, he hasn't been great, that's for sure.
Huh.
George Kittle's a 98, I mean.
Yeah, that's true. I should have went off that louder. Like,
If you've been in the game for more than like, if you've been a consistent 90 overall for more than like 4 years, you're automatically always going to stay a 90 overall until you die.
that's true.
So, what overall do you guys think Alex Highsmith is? Jeff, you go first. Outside linebacker for the Steelers.
Yeah.
Who the hell is that?
I know the guy. I just don't because that's someone I think is. I'm gonna go 85.
Dude, I might be a casual, but I'm going to say 78.
Dude, this guy is an 89 overall.
I'm a
Really?
casual.
He has
What's
been
that?
having
Wait.
a crazy
What's
good
Patrick
season.
Queen on there?
Patrick Queen? Let me see.
92.
Like he there's no way he's above Patrick Queen.
No, Patrick Queen's got to be like a 92. Maybe like a 91.
Patrick Queen's an 84. He went down.
What? Are you serious?
Dead serious, bro. Dead
That
serious.
makes no sense. I don't know about that one, but sure.
But dude, Highsmith has had an insane season this year. Like, he's been killing it.
Yes, but I don't know. It's weird. I don't know.
And dude, you know what's crazy? That the pick that they traded away Kenny Pickett for is the pick they used on Alex Highsmith.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Which was a 4th round pick. And he's been killing it, man. Because he's an integral part of that defense.
He is.
Honestly, this season, he's been statistically the second best defensive player behind TJ Watt on that defense, which is insane. It's going kind of under the radar. Okay. So, Jeff, you are 2, and Con, you have 1.
Okay.
So, Connor, you go first. What overall do you think Brian Branch is?
Ooh.
Good one.
That is a good one. 87.
Okay.
I'm gonna go 90.
90? He's an 89 overall.
I should have went with 89. I knew it. Fuck.
Jeff wins the game.
Yeah.
Man, Jeff's killing the Madden ratings. Dude, Con, I think you might be a casual, man. You used to be the Madden GOAT.
Don't play on the sticks anymore.
I'm just going off of the guys. I feel like the ones that like are in the media and they blow up a lot are the ones that get like the Hightower one. That one's random to me. Or Highsmith one. That one's random. But the rest, I feel like
they've gotten better with the ratings though, because I remember when me and Con used to play Madden Heavy, the ratings were absolutely atrocious.
God awful. But like now they're a lot more consistent. Like they update them every week and everything.
Yeah.
Whereas like back in 2016, they just like
dude, Larry Fitz was a 96 until he retired, and he was not a good receiver in his final season. Like he was max 81.
It was more so just sort of thing of respect, which is like
we can't drop this guy.
Yeah. But at that logic, okay, well, Aaron Rodgers is a 99. It's like, no,
Wait,
we're not doing that.
Question, what is Aaron Rodgers right now in Madden?
You guys want to take your bets?
92.
Yeah, I want to take my bet. I'm going to go, I'm going to give him 88.
Yeah, he's got to be like...
Dude, he's a 77.
Okay, good.
Oh, really?
Good.
Damn,
yeah,
okay.
Dude.
I respect Madden.
That is...
I respect it.
Shout out Ocho Cinco for being a Madden's adjuster there.
Yeah, I don't disagree with it. I'm just surprised they went that low.
That is bad, man.
Yeah.
Okay, retire.
At that point, retire.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But that's a good episode, boys. So Con, before you go, you're going to be in Punta Cana, so are we going to take a hiatus?
We might take a hiatus. Maybe we can. Well, I
when
might
are
have
you
my
leaving?
phone, but I leave this Sunday at 3 a.m.
Okay, well, you can let us know if you want to do one Friday or Saturday or.
Yeah, we'll figure something.
You're probably
out.
short on time, so if you can't do it, then we can just pick it up on the week you get back.
Or we could, we'll see. I'll keep you guys in the loop.
Okay. All right. Cheers, guys.
Sounds good.
Cheers.
Have a good trip, Con.
Thank you.
Have a good trip. Enjoy the